Hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? So, welcome in. I'm trying something different. Don't know what I'm doing, but we're going to try it and see. I cannot see the chat. So, how do I see the chat? Hey, Rhonda, how are you? How you doing on this Sunday? It has been a hectic one for me, for sure. For sure. Hey, Mary Beth, how are you today? Oh, it didn't do a thumbnail. It didn't do a thumbnail. I'm surviving. I'm surviving. The day that I had, I am surviving. Let me clean my computer. What y'all cooking today? I decided to do my story this way as opposed to recording because I don't have time to actually record it and then also edit it and put it up a lot. I feel like let me share this video out. Hopefully this works. If not, then I probably will have to edit, record and edit. Hot dogs, mac and cheese, and pork and beans. I had pork and beans with hot dogs in it last night. I did. And then all heck broke loose. I had to go and shut my water off at the street. Hey Val, how are you? And I was not expecting to have to. We had to pay out $400 for a septic to come out. Hamburgers, rice, lentils, corn. Well, that sounds good. I haven't cooked anything yet because it's just been that crazy. So when I get off of here, I did take out some chicken drumettes. And what am I making with that? I had it in my head and now I can't think of it. I wanted some stewed chicken and macaroni. That's what I wanted, but I don't know what I'm going to make with the chicken. I think I'm going to barbecue that. So I don't know. Maybe baked beans again. I don't know. Same to you, Happy Mac. How are you? Hey, Val. Can't remember if I spoke or not. I'm trying to see if anybody else is going to come in here before I do this story because I just shared it out. Or I may just talk to y'all and then do the story and put it out. Tacos. Yeah, I just wasn't in the mood for tacos. So I'm not sure. I don't even know. Like it didn't even put a title up. I don't know how to work this. I'm gonna have to figure out how to work it. Like, let me see. Picture in picture. Hey Tariq, how are you? I'm doing okay. Had my night was crazy. My morning was insane. Happy makes his taxes due this month. I'm living. In a ramen noodle. Listen, I'm there with you. I am there with you. I had to pay, well, we had to pay $400 to the guy to come out and pump. It would have been 300 if I could have waited until Monday. And I didn't want to go another day without water because last night I had to shut the water off at the street. Hey, Annabelle, how are you? Oh, I feel like I'm going to end up, because I don't want to do my main story and it's just not as many in here as I want. Where's my phone going now? I was gonna do a story, and now I'm trying to see if. Hold on. If I leave out of here, can I come back to it? We're gonna find out today. We're gonna find out today. Um, yeah. Well, where is the story? Okay, we'll do this story here. But I gotta figure out how I can share it in here. Wait, there we go. Let me figure out how I can share it. I'm trying to do something. Share screen. Give me a second. What else belong to record? Everybody want to record stuff. Okay. Out of that screen. Let's go to the story. Walmart story. Can y'all see the screen? Put a 1 in the chat. I'm not sure if y'all can see the screen or not. Oh, you can see it? Oh, awesome. I don't know how to do it and still be on screen, though. That's the problem. But since you can see it, Walmart is making an unusual move to deter theft by providing police a workspace inside one of its stores. That is how bad I believe this crime has gotten, at least in this area. If y'all recall, an arson damaged Atlanta Walmart store is slated to include a workspace for police when it reopens in 2024. So the Walmart and I thought they had already reopened it, but they haven't. When the Walmart in Atlanta was set on fire. The location was closed in December after shoplifters lit the fires to distract from their thieving. Walmart is tapping City of Atlanta funds. So basically, the people are paying for the police to be inside of the Walmart, like a substation. That's how crazy things have gotten. I'm looking at my phone, you guys, so that I can see your comments. Thank you, Annabelle. trying to change it up over here just a little bit. Just got to figure out how to do it. So nearly every Walmart location has a few common departments: grocery, pharmacy, housewares, but an Atlanta store is slated to have one that few others have: police. And y'all, I do believe it's going to be more stores doing that, because I remember earlier this year, I went to a Aldi and they had security. They had police. Well, it wasn't police, but I guess private security at their store. That's how bad the crime had gotten. So plans call for the Walmart in Atlanta's Vine City neighborhood to include a designated workspace for law enforcement officers when it reopens in May. So it will be opening back up May 2024. I wonder how far the other Walmart is from that location, though, that they can't use it. The location has been closed for nearly a year. Shoplifters set the fires in the stores to distract from their thieving. Similar incidents occurred at another area Walmart and a Target. So that little crime people, they're getting it together, trying to figure it out. Walmart has a long history of supporting local law enforcement, and we remain committed to. I don't want to read that crap. Nobody want to hear all that. That's crazy. And in other news, let's see what this is. McDonald's is stealing your money. McDonald's worker automatically charges customer for large drink, says that the default if customer doesn't specify. So if you upgrade items to a large, if customers don't specify a large. In the first video, Reggie records the process of ordering 10-piece McNuggets meal in the drive-thru. He doesn't indicate what size he wants for the meal, nor does the employee ask. However, the confirmation screen that appears when he completes his order lists the meal as a large. This happens every day at multiple locations, padding profit by thousands. Yeah, it will add up. I mean, it's something so small, though. Let's see. Can y'all hear that? Put a one. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all a story because my child works at a McDonald's. I'm gonna tell you what happened there. That's exactly what she said. Hey, Shaniki. Yeah, so that's exactly what she was saying. We're just gonna automatically charge you more money. Okay, so what happened at where my child works. The guy, similar, he ordered something and he didn't get it, or he didn't get the size that he wanted. So he refused to move. She said he sat there blocking, where you pick your order up. You pay at one window, you drive, and you get it at the second window. He sat there at that second window, she said, for a good 15, 20 minutes because the manager was not as understanding and just say, well, just chalk it up, because if you're an employee, you get free drinks anyway. It's not like they were going to lose any money. Just change the man's drink. You'd rather have him sit there for 15, 20 minutes and they had to take the money and give people their food from the first window, because he said he wasn't going anyway till they fix it. So, hey, Shanika, listen, people are about that money. About that money. Let me see. Let me pull actually my older video up. Here's the history. Skip. Pause. Okay, so is this a share screen? How do I do it where I can just stay on there? That's what I need to figure out. Half screen. Let's go to let's go to this video. This is a video I did maybe 4 or 5 months ago. And the only reason I'm showing you this now is because it's happening again. And we're going to get into that story. So, Tyson poultry plant closing 2 locations. Now, this was, we're at right here, 5 months ago. And this is how I started that video. Let's go back. So that's how I started that, because a lot of people were feeling that that is what was happening. So, oh, there it is. Let's go back. Stop sharing the screen. Where the heck is it? Can y'all see that? Let me know. Meal 1 before I start. Hey, JR, how are you? You can't see the screen? Put a one when you can. Let's see. Let's go back out. Share screen. That's what I did. Okay, I think that's it. Now, can you see it? Put a one if you can see it. That's good, JR. Okay, so you can see it now. Sonya says she can see it. Okay, Jesus Christ, girl. Okay, thank y'all. I'm gonna figure this thing out because I would prefer to do. I would probably do more lives if I can do it like this. When I'm running short on time. So those of you who are just coming in, I was saying that I had a really hard night. So I went downstairs to the long-term pantry to grab a can of pork and beans and realized because it had rained earlier, like stormed really bad, and then realized I had a leak. And I mean, I had a pouring leak. So I had to grab the key to the water thing and run out to the street. Mind you, that's a distance. Run out to the street, turn it off, come back. I had towels, I had the shop vac. I was trying to get this water up and it was just pouring, 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 pouring. And so I figured it was the septic that was holding water. Well, I didn't know it was holding water, but I figured it was the septic because the tub had backed up. So I got to clean the tubs. I got to clean the shower. I'm just like, and then I called we called the septic people to come out, and to come out today being a Sunday, they charged $400. If I could have waited until tomorrow, Monday, then it would have been $300. I'm just like, it hasn't even been a year or over a year. And he was saying that you shouldn't have to, get your septic cleaned out, but every 5 years. Well, it was full of tissue, and the tissue wasn't the issue. The issue was my children who like using wipes have been flushing them. And so now I got to talk to my youngest child, let them know, look, you can't flush wipes. Okay. This stuff is costly. Um, and also I learned that I could use yeast when you have a septic because I've been using Rid-X, and he was like, that's like the lower end of, breaking down stuff in your septic. He was like, you need enzymes to do it. And so I'm thinking, okay, now there's something else I got to buy. But he said I could just use yeast, like baking yeast, and flush that once a month. Or I can use anytime you have like sour milk or anything sour liquid, you can just pour that in the toilets and flush it, and that will help the system. So, y'all, it was just a lot. I mean, $400, that's a lot of money. So let's get to what's happening with Tyson. So in my video I did 5 months ago, I was saying how Tyson was closing up 2 of their plants. Well, they're closing even more plants now. Their projections were just way, way off. So they said that they miscalculated the demand for the chicken, and the fact that they have their rivals are selling chicken for less, I guess. So increase, and y'all, I don't have my glasses on. So I'm going to make it a little bit bigger so I can see it. Increased market share became Tyson Foods' goal, leading the company to ramp up production of its chicken and generally speed up the line. That strategy has changed. The company is cutting back, closing 2 more plants earlier this year and announcing plans that last month to shut down 4 more plants. So 4 more are going bye-bye. The demand for its product has leveled off and wholesale prices have fallen, which is not to say that all contributing factors were beyond the company's control. Rivals and industry analysts say Tyson helped the trends along the producing so much more chicken. So it's not that people are not eating chicken. I think it's just one right now is the price and the demand is just not there. I don't want to read this whole thing. So I made notes because I was going to do this video yesterday. So let's see. The demand has dropped. Wholesale prices have fallen. The rivals produce more chicken. And that has Tyson struggling right now. And that's said by the CEO, Donnie King. And Tyson miscalculated their need for projecting chicken demand, says the CEO. That was due to buying from outside processors and what kind of chicken they would need. So they didn't know if they would need nuggets or chicken breasts or legs. So I just got an alert. Excuse me. Hurricane's been upgraded. Okay. The following plants will be shutting down. So let's find that on here because I don't see it. Okay. Plants in North Little Rock, Arkansas, Corydon, Indiana, Dexter, and Noel, Missouri are scheduled to shut down in the first half of 2024. And they have about 3,000 people. So 3,000 plus people will be losing their jobs. Closings in Glen Allen, Virginia, and Van Buren, Arkansas were announced in March that will be closing. Tyson executives say that the trends are headed their way. They feel it's headed their way. They don't know for sure, but they feel that way because beef prices are continuing to rise. So it will be less people buying beef is what they're thinking, and more people buying chicken. So either way it go, people are losing their jobs. We have more plants that are closing down, but they like to say that things are back to normal, and that is just simply not true. Okay. What y'all saying in the comments? Right. Right, Denise. JR says, I heard 7 poultry farmers in North Carolina had their contracts terminated by Tyson, and now the farmers are trying to find someone to buy hundreds of thousands of chickens. I can believe it. I can believe it. And I think another thing to add to that is these stores are not ordering the inventory like they used to because they see they're not really moving it. So it's typically now when I walk in the store and I see everything kind of full, the first thing I do is I check the prices because it shouldn't be full like that. It's full like that because people are really struggling to make ends meet and to buy things. I mean, it's just like that $400 I kicked out today. That's a setback. That's a setback because that money was for something else. Because we went through all of our emergency money fixing my husband's big rig truck. So, because if the wheels ain't spinning, we ain't making no money. That's breaking. Get out of town. No thanks. I don't want that. Let me share this. Let me share this. I'm telling you, we're going to see a whole lot of people saying goodbye that have been here for a long time. So Mexican chain restaurant leaves goodbye note to diners after abruptly closing the store for good following their 15 years. This was in Louisville, Kentucky. They closed one of its locations at the end of August. A note was taped to the door of the restaurant at the Central Station Shopping Plaza, informing customers that the closure was permanent. We would like to thank our guests for their patronage over the last 15 years and invite you to join us at one of the other locations. You can find out full location lists in the website. So that's just, it's hard out here for these businesses. I mean, you just put in store closures and like all this crazy stuff just pops up. 3 more retailers set to close down for good this month as stores continue to fight brutal retail apocalypse. I didn't realize we still have all the Kmart's closed when I did that other story. But anyway, from major pharmacy chains to once dominant big box retailers, stores throughout the country are shutting down for good in September. The closures are part of a broader phenomenon dubbed the retail apocalypse. Multiple chains have been forced to either close for good or reduce footprints to contend with both e-commerce and economic after effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. Kmart is one of them. Kmart used to have around 2,000 locations nationwide. And its parent company was Sears. Yeah, they did do bankruptcy in 2018, and now barely any Kmart's are left. Most recently, the retail announced that its very last location in New Jersey will close this fall. The Westwood location will shutter for good on September 30th. That will leave only 2 Kmart locations standing. That is crazy. Is Red Lobster closing more restaurants? Because this is why I don't, like, I will have a story every hour. So it might be best if I do it this way. That way I can just click on. And this is September 9th, 2023. So it's not an old story. It says 10 Red Lobster restaurants abruptly close after one of the chain's 653 outlets shutter for good over failed deal. At least 10 Red Lobster restaurants have shuttered as the company continues to build back business. The seafood chain announced in January that it was fighting to keep stores open. I remember covering that. Let's see. Red Lobster filed losses in the last 3 quarters and has shuttered a number of its locations. I hope they don't close the one here. We only have, well, I'll say we, but the next town over, which is about 30 minutes from my house to Red Lobster in that area where all the other stores are, it's like 35 minutes. So it says they lost $15.3 million in the 3rd quarter despite closing 8 outlets. The owner has posted drops in net profit in sales for 3 straight quarters, including the second quarter of 2023. However, Red Lobster frozen line has helped the restaurant turn around. Have y'all tried their frozen line? I see a lot of mukbangers trying Red Lobster. They have I don't know if it's shrimp or pasta or something in the bags. I haven't even looked to see it in Walmart or any other grocery store, but I was wondering how that tastes. But apparently it's saving them, and it's probably saving them because people just want to see, does it taste the same? Says that, let's see, January stating that number. Yeah, okay, I already said that. And they all have the same line. Do they all talk to each other? We regularly review our restaurant portfolios as part of the normal course of business. They all say the same thing. The first location to shutter as part of the 8 closures was in Naples, Florida, which closed its door for good in November. Following this, 3 locations closed in December in Ohio, Texas, and New Jersey. The closure in Beechwood came as bosses admitted that its underperformance meant that they were forced to make the difficult decision to close. Then in January saw the end of those locations in New York and 2 in Virginia and 1 in Missouri. Another in San Jose, California closed back in March after more than 4 decades of business. However, the close of the store has not ended there, as the Golden State was hit again with the closure of a restaurant in Oxnard, I hope I said that right, on August 24th, which was my husband's birthday. This closure was the result of a failed deal with the landlord over the lease. Again, with the lease, I've done so many stories where it's about the lease and the landlord's either raising the rent or just don't want that particular business there. So let's see. That's it for that story. The Walmart in Connecticut is closing. I don't know if I can't remember. Did I cover that? I might have. It's been so many stores. They filed the paperwork to shutter one of its 2 Norwalk, Connecticut stores. It's about that lease agreement again. The location on the west side of the town has plans to become a Target store. Yeah, I do that one because they don't know if it's going to be a Target store or not. But anyway, y'all, that Walmart is closing on November 3rd. We did that story. So that's all I'm going to cover for today. Let me go back out and stop sharing. So what we got? How are grocery stores closing when people shop for food? I can't even watch mukbangers indulge anymore. Annie, I used to be a mukbanger. I started off doing that. And it just, it became a lot for me. It became a lot. And I still watch mukbangers. I still have a lot of YouTube friends that still mukbang, and I show my support regardless. Yes, I wish I had purchased land and have my own chickens and ducks. Gardening would not be enough at all, says Buttercream. Boston Market probably closing since they haven't been paying their employees sometime. Annie, that's part of it right there. That's why they filed. They're trying to get out of paying. The pigs were all sick at the beginning of C19, but they have cloned new ones into the food supply. They done did something. They don't talk about them pigs no more. Or all them chickens they got rid of. Let's see. I think more restaurants will close due to the threat of new shutdowns. They know they can't handle another pandemic. There are still some restaurants you can't even go in, depending on the time of the year. If it's crowded and they have a small space, they prefer you just use the drive-through. Down at Myrtle Beach, Walmart closing to convert to holding facilities or dialysis centers since all meds from your kidneys or liver. Now, I did see a story, Annie, about it showed a Walmart that had closed down and they were keeping immigrants there. But I didn't do the story because, YouTube be cracking down on stuff and I don't work too hard to get my channel up. I don't need it down. I agree with you, Martinez. Hey, Joshua. You're welcome, Annie. Closures are bad, but it doesn't even compare to other bad stuff going on. Yeah. I heard Atlanta Walmart will have police inside stores now. Yeah, I did that story in here. I think that was the first story that I did, JR, in here. I showed the article and everything. So y'all let me know because I'm about to get off. I got to figure out what I'm going to do for dinner. Oh my God. Make sure I got to go back downstairs and make sure nothing is leaking. And I got to clean my bathrooms. So let me know. Would you like me to do more lives with the stories like this? Every now and then. I cannot do it all the time, of course. Hey, Regenerative. How are you? Yes, we are. Yeah, it's pretty much hyperinflation at this point. Yeah, I know B Love by way of YouTube. I don't know her personally, but when I was doing mukbangs, she would constantly shout me out a lot. Thank you, Shaniki. How are you? Thank you. I appreciate that. Here in New York City, the city workers are not getting paid. Really? Like, how long has it been? If you know, how long has it been, Martinez, that they haven't been getting paid? I can't, sorry, y'all. I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine. Ooh, Keisha says someone was saying that postal workers were not being. I haven't heard that. I would have to definitely look into that. Both of those things. Matter of fact, let me make a note. That would be interesting to know. Sorry, y'all. Yes, remember China was in the middle of slaughtering all their pigs. History. Yeah, and I have not heard anything about it. I have Googled it just to see what comes up, but only old stories come up. Chris, they were saying, Tyson was saying that they basically underestimated or overestimated how much chicken they would need, and the fact that they're competing with their rivals. And I guess the rivals' chicken is a whole lot better price wise or whatever. The demand just wasn't there anymore. So that's why they're closing them. Um, it could be that old fake chicken lab meat that they got going on that's putting them out of business. Like if I know it's fake, I don't want it. I'm sorry. I don't know what all you used to make that. I know chicken is chicken, but I don't know what you used. You saying you're using the cells, but you're adding stuff to it as well. Climate lockdowns will be coming. I hope not, but it could be depending on the area you're in. Thank you, Chris. The government's housing immigrants at many of our military bases. They have these huge tent cities. I don't know. I haven't heard about that. I know that I've seen the video of the whole Walmart situation that took place at the closed down Walmart. I know one of the Walmarts in Columbia, JR, if you still in here, I think they turning that into some kind of tech thing or AI thing or something. It's not a Walmart. I don't know. Somebody bought it or whatever. And then nobody's really talking about, except for people on YouTube, rather. I haven't heard anybody on mainstream media talking about the children in Hawaii. And I didn't even know about what was going on, but for seeing it on YouTube and other people talking about it. And I'm like, that is weird though. When they show stuff in Hawaii, when they show it now, I haven't seen any kids. Yeah, they are. They had a big cyber attack a few months ago. I think I covered it. Yeah, because I know I remember when I went walking and then I covered it either while I was walking or right after. And they were talking about how it affected universities, hospitals, doctor's office, um, the government, and they took that information. Now, why this wasn't told to everybody, I have no idea. Is it a certain, it might be a certain area, Donna, because I haven't heard about it either. My carrier, she deliver on time, before time. She be hauling. I don't know if she have a bunch of areas she have to do because it's kind of rural out here, but Jaron says 500 children missing and 82,000 immigrant children missing. Wow. Is that in Hawaii you're talking about with the children missing? And in the 82 thousand, that's just period all the way around. Hey Latora, how are you? Welcome in. Y'all please hit the like button as you come in. If you have not, I forgot to say that. I don't have a lot of people in this live, which is unusual, but it is what it is. We're going to keep on going. That's good, Latora. Okay, Hawaii. Okay. And then the border. Yeah, that's a hot mess. That is a hot mess. They say it's over 1,000 now. Mm-mm-mm. And ain't nobody talking about it. I know that who was it? Was it their mayor that left that decided that statement he made about he wouldn't change nothing that he did got him out of there. Kids were home from school that day. They still say they don't know. They don't even know how the fire started. Mm-mm-mm. Y'all, I do not feel like cooking. I'm so tired. I almost want to make breakfast for dinner because it's faster. But yeah, I could do that. I could do that. Some French toast or something. I don't know. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and get on now. I uncovered that story and other stories that I didn't even know was out there. So, y'all, if you didn't see it from the beginning, please, by all means, rewatch it. Help this video. That's the only way you can really help the channel is to hit the like button and to share the videos out and to leave a lot of comments. YouTube algorithm is not a person. It is probably AI. And so whatever they do, they look at that to see if they're going to push a video or not. Yes, good night. Good night. Thank y'all for coming in. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Okay. I'm still working on my edits for my kitchen because I have changed my cabinets out and I did it all by myself. Okay. With the help of the Lord. But I did it all by myself. So I'll see y'all in the next video. I'm trying to figure out how to turn this thing off. What is she cooking?